Well, it's out on the full again for the third time in this quarter.
It's a fair point you make, Lee. When you look at the Geelong defenders man for man, I guess they range from, say, your 189, your Corey Enright, and your Josh Hunt through to your 192, 193, Andrew Mackie, Harry Taylor. So fantastic spread of height and speed. Got found out against Carlton, but they seem to be a unique case at the moment, the Blues forward line.
Thomas plays on, long ball, down towards full forward, his 19th possession, lurking behind. Wellingham had it for a moment, socked away a couple of times by Johnson. Standing his ground was Turvey. Johnson came again, close to the boundary line, and bundled out as Bartel. Talking about Carlton, well, Carlton beat Geelong in round 5, and Fremantle, who would have thought Fremantle in round 3, but of course that game in Perth, but Fremantle played very well. Boundary throw in. Hawkins goes after the footy. All time consuming this. Bartel knows that. He ties it up. 2.5 minutes to go.
What you would say about Geelong also, Ottens and Corey are probably two of their best half a dozen players, and they're not out there. So they've got improvement, and I think that having that sort of softer training regime early in the summer months is going to help them later on too.
And so Wellingham, Collingwood have got a deep list as well, haven't they? They can fine-tune this team a number of times through the year. Johnson got it from Varco. Varco's kicks a good one to Stokes. This has been the difference tonight. They've had more open forward lines when they've gone forward. Stokes turns his man inside out and then leans back, and that's going to be very sweet. Stokes kicks his third. He'll feel like he's back.
And it's fair to say, I think, that we hope Michael Johnson learns his lesson as well as Stokes and comes back and plays this sort of football.
Thomas ran in after you commence your punch.
Geelong getting a free. Hawkins plays on. Ablett's away. Umpire still talking. Ablett runs to half forward. Bacon, goal square, goes again with a long kick. But unlike Stokes, it doesn't bounce through.
We're just looking at the Geelong disposals. Had a lot of them, but Hawkins has had 13 disposals, and that's the minimum of their 22. They've really spread it over their whole group tonight.
Johnson to Wellingham, who'll be better for the gallop.
I guess the question that needs to be asked is when Brad Ottens comes back into the side, do you go back to the three-pronged forward line for the Cats with Hawkins, Mooney and Podsiadly?
Who are you asking? Kelly kicks it to Brown.
If you're asking me, I wouldn't be.
No. It's Thomas. You weren't asking me, but I wouldn't be either. Kick goes down towards half forward. Taken by Kelly. Milburn sweeps it forward. Taylor, Ablett. Bartel has been terrific, especially in the tough times during the third term. Varco back to Ablett. Pushes off an opponent. Ball, who looks very tired. Bartel again. Just spots in right. Inside the last minute on Friday Night Football. The clash of the top two. And certainly Geelong have put their stamp on this game.
It's a 5-goal game. I'm just thinking if Tom Hawkins could play down back.
I think he probably could have. I've actually been really impressed with him behind the ball, even against Brisbane last week. He looked really comfortable running towards the goal. He was a father-son, but he would have been a top-round draft pick, and he knows his way around the game as a footballer. So they might try that later on.
Stokes has done a lot right tonight. Well, Maxwell's kick putting huge pressure on O'Brien. Wojcinski comes in and ices the cake. They're going to win by 6.
Yes, I've got to feel that was just really the final goal. The game has been decided for a few minutes now, but I would have thought on that Geelong ruck situation, Ottens is a class ruckman, but I reckon Hawkins is a backup. Is a better backup than Blake. In all the things he can do within the game, not as a ruckman, but as a
just the versatility.
As a spare, yeah.
I've been really impressed with Tom Hawkins. He started the game really well. Again, I guess running towards the goal as opposed to coming out from full forward. So that's the one of the challenges for the Geelong coaching staff as the season unfolds.
As a little sidelight, they've won their last 16 quarters they've played, Geelong. Each quarter they have outscored the opposition in their 4-winning streak. It's a club record and unprecedented over a 4-week period in VFL AFL history. They're going through a dominating little period. Maybe this win slightly has blown out in the last couple of minutes. It flatters them slightly, I think, 36 points, but it's a huge win. They took Collingwood's best shot and matched it with some interest. 12-14 to 6-14, and the biggest crowd ever to see Geelong in a home and away match. And the Cats win by 36 points.
The greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always off the ball. We play the game as it should be played. Get all the far away. A man is my mind, one road to know. Now we've got in your mind.
So the Cats over the Pies don't go away. We've got plenty more coming up. Let's go to Hamish. It's time for game day.
Thanks, Macca.